That was God. Let me tell you something. I got fired twice in 45 days. No, that was 7 years in the 2000s. Okay. Once I got promoted, I was cussing somebody out every day. I just recently stopped. Yeah. Stop crying. Cause you spent that money, yo.
You knew you wasn't supposed to spend
come on, bro. You out eating 2 pounds of crab legs for no reason. You know how we do when you had no money. You know, you buying clothes you don't wear. You know, you buying jackets in the summer. It was not.
The kids ready.
Lying to yourself, somebody's on sale. But man, you ain't gotta spend all that money.
You don't have to.
Welcome to another episode of Salon Talk Literally, the podcast where we dive into a world of beauty, business, and everything in between.
We're here to bring you the real, the raw, and of course, the literal truth about what it's like working in the beauty industry with a few laughs along the way.
And we've got a really dope guest lined up for you today. All right, now let's get into today's topic. Trust me, you literally don't want to miss this one.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Salon Talk Literally podcast. I'm your host, Diamond.
And I'm Key.
This episode, we have Matt Naylor. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Matt is a CEO coach, sales strategist, and business marketing specialist dedicated to helping entrepreneurs scale their businesses through sales, branding, and social media marketing, especially TikTok growth. Originally from Mississippi and now based in DFW, Texas, Matt has a proven track record in business development, coaching multiple entrepreneurs to six-figure success and helping brands dominate in the digital space. He's the founder of Beat Life, a thriving business coaching community, and the creator of Business Pro University, better known as BPU, where he provides high-level mentors, performing wireless sales executive, generating over $1 million in profit. Matt knows how to turn marketing into money. Beyond business, he's a loving husband, a devoted autism dad, and former media engineer, having worked with one of the South's largest women's conferences. His journey from church building and ministry to business leadership has shaped his passion for helping others grow, scale, and create lasting impact. If you're looking for expert guidance in sales, marketing, and social media growth, Matt is the coach to take you to the next level. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you.
That was
very
the first thing coming, how to make marketing into money.
And that's the one for all the corporate people, for all the folks from Mississippi.
Okay, shout out
I'm
to
Matt from Mississippi.
Okay.
It's gonna definitely be the country. I just want to go ahead and put that out there.
Listen, countries there.
Listen, it's gonna be the country is one.
Right.
You know,
we love it, and we welcome it. We want you to be yourself, and we helping people make money online. I think that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I tell you, the funny thing is when that business specifically blew up in 2022. All of my clients went around TikTok, and people was like, "What does Matt do? He make you more money."
Mm-hmm.
Because at the time, my name wasn't Matt CEO coach, and then I felt like business coach was kind of like too broad, so I had it as my company name. I would Beat Life Matt, and people were just like,
"Where did you get that name from? Like Beat Life? Where did it come from?"
"Ooh, that's a real strong story."
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
so I'm 2010s. I tell people I kind of got like an evolution. I have to give y'all like the bullet point version of it. So 2011, I get saved. My whole life changed. So like everything kind of just stopped and it go in just that direction. So I do that. I find my home church, Dominion Power, and I pretty much kind of just lock into that. I don't really just do nothing else no more. Like I had dropped out of school. I was like, okay, I finna do this. So I do that. I end up working ministry in there. Then I end up becoming a media engineer in there, not understanding that God training me really for this. But I ain't really got nothing going on. Like I tell people now, people be like you dress good, you make money, all of this. Yeah, boss, but I was broke for a long time. Like I was a different level type of broke. Like I was like, listen, like How many ever days you think you've ate ramen noodles? I guarantee you I got the record.
You got the record.
Yeah.
You think you beat the record?
Oh, I know I did. I know I did. When I realized it was a different number year and I was still eating ramen noodles,
Yeah.
I said, listen.
You said
all
something
I
gotta change.
Oh, all I got is Jesus.
That's it.
Some days I tell people, what you got to eat, Jesus? That's all we got.
But he still made a way.
He did, but he took his time. He took his time.
He do be taking his time.
But he told me he was gonna take his time.
Yeah.
But anyway, the name Beat Life came from. I'm sitting in church one day. I'm going through all that, and man, my man of God, he preaching, and I mean he in a series, and it's a Bible study, and he talking about like how to overcome things in life. And then I remember just every week, like I loved him, but I'm like, man, I ain't got none of what you talking about.
Yeah.
Nothing. And he said a line one day, and he was like, this happening cause life beating you. That happening cause life beating you. And I checked every box. I said, God dog, I said, I'm getting whooped. Like I'm getting put
like
down.
Too,
I think we definitely all have been there.
It be like that.
And then he said it. He said, you gotta beat life. You can't let life beat you.
Ooh, and that resonated in your spirit. I know it did.
I ain't forgot it too. I've been whooping on life ever since.
Ever since.
Yeah.
I love that.
Me too. And I'm so happy that we got a chance to hear the backstory because that
I
is
was
so
like, I wonder
important.
where Beat Life
I had that thought too. Like
from.
that's different.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
That's it, and that's good marketing and branding right there.
Yeah.
Yep. It gotta attest to the story.
It does. That's so good. Yes, Matt. So tell us how it was like growing up in Mississippi and how did you get to Dallas?
So that's the bullet point story. So,
Look, we got time.
Early 2000s, all I'm doing ministry. I do that for years.
Okay.
Then I get into sales. Every job I had, I was working sales. So I did flooring, it was sales. I did rims and tires, it was sales. Then I finally got into the wireless industry, and my life and career has always lined up. Like that was when like I had my big break was in when I was in the wireless industry. Okay. So I started working for Sprint, which was crazy because in the training they told you it was a dying company. They was like, listen, you know, this ain't everybody else, but y'all can make some money. I said, well, that's all I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it.
Sign me up.
So I got in that, and I went through 4 promotions in 2 years. Wow. And so it was just an astronomical growth. And I really just used everything I knew. I had learned social media at a very effective rate because I was doing it for the ministry.
I was going to ask you that, what were you doing in ministry? But it was social media.
Well, I did some everything. Okay. Because when you're in growing churches, so I literally know how to
move around.
I know how to build it from ground up.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And when you all in, you know, you do what's needed. So I knew how to clean toilets. I knew how to count the money. I knew how to, you know, it was a highly effective ministry, but it was always, ministry is always until they get to it. Even in a large status, you go through staffing and stuff like that. Yeah. And then it's Mississippi, so you only got so much support, so many resources. Right. So this whole time I'm in Mississippi, but I finally got where I could leave when I'm in the wireless space, and my DM, he come and he tell me about a new headquarters they building in Mobile, Alabama, which you know is like 2 hours away, bigger city, most stuff going on. And at the time, I had just had a moment. And I had realized something, that I can make it, but I can't make it in Mississippi. And that's what broke me. Because I wanted to be somebody that did it like here, like, you know, because, you know, like I tell people, nowhere I go still to this day, do I see as much talent as we had back home.
No.
It is a different level of talent.
Yes, like in those small towns.
But nobody's have resources, so we can do nothing with it.
Resources, and then us. Like we pick and choose who we want to make it.
That's it.
And then we also, them people we pick to make it, we tear them same people down. Yeah. We'll tear them down, we'll replace them.
Baby, I know, I'm like, baby,
and then we ain't gonna give you no money now. You'll be famous around there now.
Yeah.
But
you're gonna be famous, but we don't want to pay you what you really worth.
Yeah.
And I had that same what I felt like, you know, in
Epiphany,
Mississippi,
like-
it's like, okay, you can only increase your prices so much. You can only be this big.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
it.
Like, you can't go no bigger than that, though. 'Cause
And they gonna come together
they
to
gonna
make
come
sure they
together.
let you know.
They gonna let you know.
Oh, we not paying that price.
And they gonna nitpick you apart,
Yeah.
but not help you build it up. Not seeing it's so many different
Yeah.
roles that you playing when
Yeah.
you're an entrepreneur.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So-
I feel you.
It's
So-
always like that at your hometown, though. It's,
Yep.
Why?
I think it's familiarity. You know, when people familiar with you, like they just do that. So
Yeah.
one thing I learned is you gotta go where people need you most.
Mhm.
I tell people all the
Always a
time,
need.
go where you king.
Mhm.
Don't go where you nothing else. Like wherever you go, you gotta be it to them. Like find the place and the people who have never even seen
or
Man.
the
have
version
to
of you.
offer either or what.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And they go be able to do it for you. So I knew I was getting exposed to people who had done that. And I'm coming home, I'm at home every day. And what happened? I was watching my wife one day. And she was I had realized I seen her do the same thing. And I went and did a photo shoot. I had a mentorship for kids. I had that the next day. And she was doing hair at night. And I thought about, I'm not going to be able to talk to her until way after Sunday, because we also got ministry on Sunday.
Mm.
And I was like, I'm working, but I ain't getting nowhere. And I'm like, so it hit me, and I cried too hard
Mm.
because it was like a realization, and God was
Yeah.
like, I told you, you got to go.
Mm.
So when literally the next day, my DM, he talking about it, and I said, hey man, get me up out of Mississippi. And he was like, no, you love it here though. I said, hey boss,
I gotta go.
I don't care where you got the opening at.
Yeah, I have to go.
I gotta
Listen,
go.
it can be in the middle of nowhere somewhere else.
Yeah.
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 But you got to get me.
You gotta get me
You
out
got
of
to
here.
because I'm
Yeah.
like, I got a family. I had my 2 boys. I'm like I gotta make something shake.
Mm.
And so he gave me the interview. I got it. I went there, blew it up.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Wow.
about they had never seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
I ain't do nothing but work.
Man from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I turned that up
Okay.
because I was in that position in that store for 9 months. And after 9 months, 3 days before the pandemic, they promoted me to his position.
Oh
And-
wow, where did
and
he go?
He
Look.
went to Chicago. But what's crazy, and this is why I had so much God. He chose somebody else to be his replacement before he left.
Wow.
That person didn't do the job right. And when the director came down to give me my interview, before he interviewed me, he went to all the other store managers. And this was the biggest district that we had. It was the entire Gulf Coast. So it was the South Alabama, South Mississippi, and the Panhandle of Florida.
Mhm.
He went to every one of them and asked them about the guy that they had gave the job. And he said, if y'all don't have no communication, no leadership, who do y'all call when y'all need help? And he told me everybody said the same name.
They call you.
Yep.
See, let me
Wow.
tell you, that's how you know what's for you is for you.
It's an
Yeah.
alignment.
It's
yeah.
yeah, you was straight line for that.
Yeah. And I was quiet. I learned
Because I know
then.
at first, like, you looking like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'll be honest with you, I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
knew.
knew. You knew.
I
that.
knew.
I come all the way here for nothing.
Yeah.
I was studying.
Like-
I knew I was under E.T. Eric Thomas. And when I got in his community online, they taught me so much.
Yeah.
And even coming up, because once again, being in ministry and being so close to my man of God, you watch everything. So
Yeah.
for years, God wouldn't really let me elevate in nothing. I had to watch everything.
Yeah,
You
right.
had
So
to learn.
I
you
watched
had to
people
serve.
do
Yep.
everything. And I
that's a
just
lot
served.
of times that what we
You
have,
have
to do
to
is serve
serve.
first.
Yes.
Mhm.
So from there, I knew to get promoted, you can't do it for the person that's above you.
Mhm.
You got to do it for their boss.
Mhm.
So I learned a trick. Whenever I wanted to get a promotion, I would just wait and I would find my manager's problem. But it had to be a problem that they didn't want their manager to know about or that they couldn't fix. And all I would do is wait on the opportunity to fix it. And I would give the manager, my manager, I'm gonna give him credit because I know his manager know he can't do it. So when he go looking for,
Right.
wait a minute,
Right on
yeah,
back to you.
How you know
cause you
this?
sucked at this
Yeah.
for 5 years. How you solve their
How
problem?
you figure it out
Ain't
now?
that
And,
something?
and it always pointed back to me. So I got the job. Pandemic happened. I was the only district manager still working. Like we shut down 3 days, and then they said we having a company call. They put me on the company call, and it was just me, the CEO, the CFO, the directors. I'm like, where everybody else at? They said, oh, you the only one open.
Yeah.
They was like, so you the company. I'm like, well, what you want me to do? Hey, yo,
Now you looking like, what you want me to do?
Cause my first question was, what do I tell these people when they ask?
No, that's
Is we
real.
go DIE? You get what I'm saying?
I'm done.
Because it's early COVID. We don't know nothing yet.
Right.
And I'm like, what I say? They said, well, ain't no handbook on this, so you knew, have fun, you know?
Basically, go create your
Go
own.
create something.
Yeah,
Boy, I created it. Boy, I was like, well, and once again,
That's
it was.
what companies be wanting you to do
That's
these
it.
days, though.
But they ain't gonna pay you for it.
No,
Yeah, they
they
not.
want you to redo it and see how creative you gonna be. And
It's
then
so they
take
can
what
take
you
your
do.
idea
Take what you do
monetize
and
it.
create it and monetize
Yeah.
it.
Which
It's
fast forward the
crazy.
story, that
Easy.
actually happened.
I
So-
believe it. I already know.
They had us doing trainings, and of course, I come from social media. I've been being trained as a speaker, so I blow it up. They all the folks in the company, because they was like, we got to keep paying them, but we got to do training. So they made all the employees do trainings, but they had to register. After the first week, for one, they gave me the worst class. They gave me like how to be a great employee. Man, I flipped that thing 6, 7 different ways. Them folk loved it so much. The next week, the head trainer, he called me and he like, we got to update your Zoom. I'm like, I already got the 100-person Zoom. He was like, no, 500 of our employees signed up for your class
What?
at
Oh
9
my
a.m.
goodness.
I know you
Monday.
wish you could have upsell them something at the end. That was yours.
Oh, I was upselling. They just didn't know I was upselling because I sure worked my way into becoming a Chicago trainer while I was still covering the Gulf Coast.
Oh, that's dope.
And what happened was, I ended up helping them build and all of that. And then in 2021, and this is how I got to Dallas. So in 2021, they finna sell our company because we was a dealer, but we was a really large dealer. Like we were top 3. And so they like, all right, we finna sell the company. And I'm in Orlando actually on a little mini vacation with some of my business friends. We in an Airbnb just working on business stuff. And man, my VP, well, he was the president at the time, he become the VP later. He called me and he say, hey, you probably already know this and just ain't said nothing, but we finna sell the company. And he said, you got 2 options. Well, he was like, you can go get another job, because he said, I honestly think, I know you smart.
Yeah.
I know if you know, I know you already shopping and you hot. Because they said I was the #1 wireless sales executive in the country in 2020.
What?
And I didn't know that till they told me. But they was like, and long story short to that, I figured out how to sell internet when the pandemic happened.
Wow.
So in the numbers,
Making them for some money.
a new device just counts as a new device.
Yeah.
So come to find out, when I'm selling internet, I'm pioneering T-Mobile internet without even knowing it. Because they didn't know the system could handle it until, because I'm just, we from Mississippi. We go figure it out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, we need customers. People didn't know this, but we were running out of iPhones because wasn't nobody in no stores or warehouse to ship it to
Right.
Right.
So I'm like, my store's open. We can still make money. How we gonna make money? Where everybody had to go home to work. Well, so many people, us not knowing it, didn't have Wi-Fi. So we went on Facebook, and I taught all of the people in my stores how to market on Facebook to get the people to come by the store. We couldn't even get them to come in the store. We was doing sidewalk,
What?
drive-through sales,
Really?
selling people internet.
What?
Yep, little hot spots so they can work from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and upgrading their phone. When I
work
say
from
we
home.
were really, somebody was like, where you learned all this from?
That is
You may not want to know.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
I said, technically, I had 9 trap houses. That's the way I seen it.
Yeah.
I was
Listen,
like, well,
you take that though,
And you
then
just
flip
keep
it.
recreating, and that's what you have done.
yeah, and that's what I did. And so when he told me that, he was like, okay, you the man right now. And he was
'Cause
like,
they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't even think of how they was gonna make it happen.
and they told me that. He
Baby,
told me
I
that. He
would've
said,
had-
I don't even know how
So
you
wanna
did it.
give me a
Look, what the
a percentage of that,
we
'cause
better have to talk
that's
about it because I
crazy.
need my 10%.
Yeah, well, they didn't do that part. Because they
course they
sold
didn't.
Chicago off of my analytics. They bought the area for $4 million. They sold it for 17.
What?
They didn't tell me that till later. And actually somebody up there told me. But at the time when he told me that, it was already done though. I was like, well.
I don't care. I always backdated. Like, y'all owe me.
We about to have to go
Come
back
on,
to
y'all
the Zoom. You see how
y'all
I went
took my whole
from
brand.
100 to 500.
Thank you. I didn't pay advance y'all business. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
Give me
Man,
my cut.
but that's amazing though, man. Like
Yeah.
that's dope. And now I see you.
But you know what? That's why God always turn around and he gave you the vision to go off and do your own thing.
That's it.
So you can,
Yeah.
the thing with it is that can take something from you, but that can't take it from you. You know, you can
Right.
re-coordinate it over and over and over
Yeah.
again like it's nothing. They gotta keep figuring it out as they go though.
That's
you know
it.
what I'm saying? When
They
it's
can't move
already
till you
in,
move.
yeah, it's already in you.
You
So
just gotta learn
that
how to
really-
leverage it.
How to
And
leverage it.
he was trying to teach me that at the time, but I think even if I would have knew it, it still would have went that way. Cause what ended up
That's what I
happening
say, too.
when he's talking to me, this is what he say, and this the crazy thing. He say, "All right, so you can go to Chicago cause we finna sell it." And he was like, "We know that's your area, like pretty much you the man up there. So if you want it, you can have it." But I was offended because the company they were selling it to knew who I was, but they didn't reach out, and it may have been a respect thing. But as I'm thinking about that, I hear God say to me clear as day, "You go to Chicago, you gonna lose your marriage." I was like. And we wasn't in a good spot, but this how you know you love somebody. I was like, nah, I ain't willing to lose her. I
Yeah.
said, nah,
Yeah.
no.
You like she a real one. And then you
Right.
got that warning, so you know like it's gonna work out.
Man, I hit him with what's the other option so fast. What's the other options?
What's the other option?
What's the other options, boss?
So what else can we do?
If you tell me this, so then what?
Yeah.
I need you
And
to
I couldn't
replace
just
it with
burn
some-
out that what God told me. So I'm like, this is a real important call. And he like, we finna announce this in like 2 hours. So he trying to see like, I ain't trying to rush you, but
Yeah, we need to know.
we need to know because we finna announce it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This contract got to be, because technically you're not an employee no more once we sell the company. Because people don't know this, but if your company sells, you don't have to sign with the new company, the employee
Right.
agreement.
Yeah.
Because they can't trade you off
Yeah.
because that's slavery.
Yeah.
So they like, no, you have to sign with the new company.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, you technically, like sports, he was like, you technically finna be a free agent in 2 hours.
Yeah. Wow.
And so I'm like, what's the other options? And he say Dallas, which was crazy, y'all. 2017, I'm doing a vision board. I want a house in 3 places. I want a tiny house in Hattiesburg because I know I'm leaving. So I'm like, but I come back. I don't need nothing big now, you know what I'm saying? So I know I'm
This is good.
So I like, a little tiny house, you know what I'm saying? Rent it out. This was Airbnb first started. Yeah, I come go, you know what I'm saying? Drop in, drop out.
Drop in and go.
That's it.
So
When I ain't there, y'all can have it. But when I come back, y'all gotta go.
Right. So I said Huntsville, Alabama, because it's outside of Birmingham and right there by Atlanta.
Huntsville is actually it's really nice there.
Beautiful.
Really?
Yes.
I got family there, but I need to go.
I went one time to do a client, and I was like, I had no idea Huntsville was that nice.
So nice.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I would never thought that.
Yeah, me
Hills
either.
and mountains.
Hills and mountains,
Listen.
ranch
I have to go
style
visit because I
houses.
never
It's-
went up
you,
there. I got
honestly,
family
you,
there.
And they
it's
building there
nice.
like crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I said I wanted to put one there and I wanted one in Dallas. And what's crazy, my white best friend at the time lived in Dallas. And I had got prophesied to that they don't know when, but one day I'm going to end up in Dallas.
Okay, so
Yep.
there it is.
You are.
So
already
there it
saw
is.
it.
So I
Yes.
took the Dallas deal and that's how I got out here.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a good story though. That was a good
Yeah.
good back end story. And you know what is that's impressive that you listen to God, because a lot of times we don't listen to the first time He tell us something all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the money was in Chicago. So listen,
So you like, I'm
He
really
was
taking
looking
a.
like
I feel like even God woke up real quick when he heard him talking. Hey, hold up now.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you. Because I know you now.
that's what you want. Because he already knew what you would
He
want
knew what
to
you
do,
wanted.
what you probably would have rather done. He already know you.
I was on the way.
Yeah, I
He
know.
said,
I
trust
already
the
know.
process.
And then what crazy? I had just left Chicago a few days from there. So I had been already.
You was already planning
top
it.
of
Like,
landscape.
I already knew it.
On top of Chicago just being beautiful, like
Yeah.
in the city. So I'm
Yes.
pretty sure you was there for the vibes too. Like, you know,
downtown.
like, you got
Everything that downtown.
with the high rise.
Listen.
and
Everything.
It just looks so nice. So,
I'm on video chat with my wife. Look at that.
Yes. She looking like
This is-
Meanwhile, she like, okay, now
You know what I'm saying?
Was she not interested in Chicago?
Not so much because Chicago also like a gloomy place and dark. And then I understand atmosphere, so I knew that about Chicago. It's cloudy. You know, it's a rough city, but it's opportunity.
It is rough.
And you know when you going for the opportunity, you be like, I ain't gonna be in what they in.
Everything else,
Yeah. So she wasn't extremely excited, and then she's super family oriented. But that was something God was dealing with us with in a way because even when we moved 2 hours away, it was hard for her to let go. You know, going back home, being with family. So that had already put a strain on us. Cause she's driving back all the time, and I'm working. Cause I had got to the point where
you're working a lot too, and she's just like, you know what I mean. That
by herself. So we was there like 2 years, and it was really a hard time for her. So I knew I had to do something. So I kept into account, like at least your best friend is in Dallas.
At least you have somebody.
Here. And it's a sunnier place. I mean, it's Texas.
It's Texas.
You know, so it's like that was the better option.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you did that too. You said she do hair?
She do.
Okay. Shout out to Wifey.
I know. I see her back out there doing her thing, like posting her content and stuff.
She just got back in the shop, Essentials Beauty and Spa over there in Arlington.
Okay.
Cool.
That's dope.
Wish her the best over there.
Yes, absolutely.
You're right to get her on the show.
Yeah. I be making her make content.
I know you do. I know, man. You, baby, look, got the whole content calendar.
Now you should be doing her content, Matt.
He do.
Now everybody got to work. Everybody got to work now.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody got to work now. I'll show you. I'll show you, which is crazy.
But you got to put the work in.
Everybody got to work.
Too. I mean,
I'm like that even with my kids, though.
But you know that's a full-time job just doing this marketing.
He does it. Yeah, you do it full-time. So at what point did you transition? What year was that you transitioned from wireless sales to just fully like your online
the same year I moved here because I got fired.
And it was 2020.
What?
2021.
So how long did you get fired when you got here? So how long was you working?
6 months later. Not even 6. It was July. What's crazy, I remember the week because my conference, which is in Houston, is always the same week as the week I got fired.
Dang.
Yep. And I didn't do that intentionally. I didn't realize that till the first year we was in the conference. I was like, I got fired this week. 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's the same week.
It's the same week.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that ain't intentional. I mean, that's intentional.
That was God. Let me tell you something. I got fired twice in 45 days. So first, the same dude who was the president of the company who moved me out here, he became the VP of another company. And we became the second biggest company in T-Mobile, really. And we was like, okay. So it's a little incident happened one day. And they told us to do something. So it's one of them, like this against the rules, but it ain't big, but they finna make a big deal out of it because we doing an audit and they catch
and they want to get you out of there anyway.
So so now, you know, somebody got to be to blame, you know, and shout out to my guy. He may watch this one day. But bro, no.
Make sure you send it to him.
I was so tired of him asking me what to do. Cause I was that dude. So he was asking me all the time, what we gonna do, what we gonna do.
Because you actually took the job serious. Then you got people that's there and they like, I don't really.
And you gotta remember, he's not even my direct boss. He's going past my boss calling me. So then he called me, asked me what to do. So you know I'm from Mississippi, so we get real Mississippi.
I'm so done.
And I say, hey, check this out, blood. You got to fire me. And he said, why? I said, because I'm the one of us that's richer elsewhere.
I know that's right.
And he said,
you told him that?
I told him that straight up. Now, let me tell you something. It sounded
up.
good at the time.
Not it sounded good at
but
the
when
time.
he hung up and called me back.
He really did it.
He really did it. Because he needed somebody. They needed accountability. So they were like, we just got to blame somebody.
Somebody.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to make a big deal out of it, even though it going to go away. We got to blame somebody. The girl who was a store manager, I had just hired her. She had kids. He ain't finna take accountability for it.
No, he's not gonna be the one.
So I'm like, all right, boss.
He's not gonna be the one.
you know, cause technically you gonna be in trouble here. You finna get fired cause you paid me a lot of money to move here. And now, you know, I gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, so let's get fired together. So go ahead and you fire me, and you probably gonna be a couple weeks behind.
Now let's get
You
fired
know what I'm
together.
saying? But he did. He fired me, and one of my guys called me from the same ministry I'm from. I'm sitting on the couch. He said, "How many times you done sat on that couch since you bought it back in what, like 2019?" I said, "Bro, probably 5 times." He said, "Stay home, bro." I said, "I gotta get this money though." He said, "Stay home." He was like, God, he said, "I really believe God don't want you to work another job." And I'm like, yeah, but I ain't really did none of the entrepreneur. Like I done did some stuff and it's been crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man.
But like to really take on this like full time is really elite.
Right. And I'm like, the account, I'm like, listen, I was spending that money. So I'm like, I ain't got a lot to go off of. You know what I'm saying? 2 months, I'm in the hole. So I'm like, hey, bro, we finna be doing something. And so I think I'm slick. And I go get a contract job. And the dude who hired me, his name Doc Levi, the dude who actually promoted me back in the pandemic, he got fired a few months later when the company, they was like, okay, we can't take everybody because we lost a bunch of stores in the merger between Sprint and T-Mobile. So I called him and he like, oh, I get you a job today. And he was like, you know, his contract. I said, let's get it. Because, you know, God ain't told me I supposed to work for nobody anyway, but I can get a contract.
Yeah.
Man,
Ooh.
go work for
Go
work for them people.
Anyway, no, we ain't supposed to be doing it.
I don't want to talk about it.
The thing they gave me to do, I blew it. I increased it by 30% the first month. They call me at the end of the month and say, you overqualified. We can't keep paying your contract.
Wow.
You fired. I said,
man. Again, you said I can't win for winning.
Yep. Let me tell y'all, I started my t-shirt business that night.
Yeah, I know that's right. You got to come up with. I'm telling you, that's them be the signs. I know for me too. That was my thing.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't figure out why I kept getting fired everywhere I was going.
We ain't supposed to be there.
And I said I ain't supposed to be there. I ain't working another job no more.
Since they had no interest,
I can do an ebook on getting fired.
Then I started putting the hours together, and it wasn't making sense.
It's not adding up. Babe, I'm making my money hustling.
I can go find this on the street. I can figure this out. I'm like, please, I came from a family full of hustlers.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna turn it into what I needed to turn it into. Yeah. That's what I did ever since.
Yeah. You like, might well jump out there.
Too.
Yeah.
You really do be happier.
You do.
Yeah. Cause I ain't cussed for 7 years.
Oh, you are doing great.
Okay.
No. That was 7 years in the 2000s. Okay. Once I got promoted, I was cussing somebody out every day. I just recently stopped. Yeah. That was in the 2000s. That was when I was stone cold bread and ministry. Once I got the promotion, it was so many SBs and son of us.
And that's when you know, because you're just too stressed. Yeah, like, I can't even do this.
I would start the morning off cussing somebody out. I would look for it. I fired a girl one time because I told them to clean the stove, and I came back in and kicked a piece of paper on the ground. I ain't see it. And when I kicked the paper, everybody turned around and looked at me. I told her, you fired. I was that bad off.
You were that bad.
I was that bad off.
You was not happy.
Yeah, cussed out on the way out the door. Yeah. Like, didn't I tell
done. You was over it.
And she had the broom in her hand. That's the sad part. But
she was cleaning though.
Not really. I was watching on camera. She wasn't cleaning.
She was taking her time.
She was just holding the broom.
Like
she was ducked off texting.
Yeah. There's
Yeah. So Matt, so the t-shirt business was the first business that you started once you accepted the calling of entrepreneurship.
Yep.
That was the first thing. So tell us how you transitioned into like digital marketing and starting your
the coaching.
Yeah, the coaching and stuff.
So at that point, I'm like, okay, I need to start t-shirt business. And my wife had did all the research for it through the pandemic because, of course, everybody at home, everybody reading, watching.
Everybody was trying to find a way.
Something. Everybody finding something because we don't know what's going to happen.
For sure, yeah.
So she tell me all the stuff that I need to do. And then she remind me like, I was one of the only people had a T-Mobile brand deal. So when I was working for the dealer, the old CEO, when they came into some money in like 2018, he created a clothing line for the employees so that it wouldn't be boring to be at work.
Oh, that's cool.
So I started doing in between time, especially pandemic, photo shoots of the stuff. So I'm just styling the stuff just because, but I'm just showing what I'm wearing to work today. And I'm like, boom, OTD, boom, boom. And it's just blowing up. So they, you know, an T-Mobile employee, like, I didn't feel it. So then, you know, the people who over it, they like, hey, listen.
Right.
Yeah.
Send you whatever you let work something out.
A brand deal with T-Mobile is fire though.
Right. So it was always signs. And so she reminded me of that. And she like, you know you can style it. Like you done develop your style like you got it.
Yeah.
And at this time, so in 2020, while I'm the only person working in the pandemic, I'm traveling for work. Obviously, there ain't nothing to do. I get on TikTok. So this whole time I'm on TikTok is Matt from Mississippi, and it's blowing up, but I don't do nothing with it. But I'm doing 1 million views a week easily.
That's on TikTok. I think I got on.
I follow you on TikTok. I'm only following you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going crazy over there. So then, which I had, as I'm out here in Dallas, I don't really do it much. I had got off of it. So of course, I ain't got no job. I got to sell these t-shirts. I hop back on TikTok. So I'm like, okay, I know how to market. I know how to sell.
Right.
I just don't really know I even know how to blow a business up. I don't know how to start one from scratch yet, though. So I'm like, well, let's just do social media and business together. We'll figure out the rest later. So I started doing that, and I'm on Matt from Mississippi, and I'm selling shirts like crazy. But what don't nobody tell you is that you don't make a lot of money selling shirts. Until you start selling the shirt, you like, wait. So I ain't really getting it, but I'm like, so okay, I gotta sell like 26 shirts a night.
Just to make some.
So one of my partner one day who watched me live, I'm live on TikTok. I'm live, I'm on air night. My wife, she started back nursing to help make money. I'm at home, I'm cleaning the kitchen every night. And I got one of the pieces of gear on, and I turn on the music, I'm turning up with them. And one of my partner one night, he called me afterwards. He said, bro, you told us you turn your notifications off. So he was like, I noticed when you in the live, you look up like every few minutes. He was like, so I said, he must have left the Shopify notifications on. He said, bro, you looked up 26 times. He said, did you just sell 26 pieces of merch in that live? I said, yeah. He said, I'll pay you $500. Teach me how to do that right now.
That's
how it started. Yep. So the first thing I dropped to people was t-shirt class. I'm telling you, it gone.
And then it went from there.
It went from there because I'm doing that and people doing that. And then one day, a girl named Connie the Google Queen, she signed with me. She had 2 jobs. First month, she made $8,000. She quit one job.
Well,
the next month, she made 12. She quit the second job. She fall off and come back to me.
I just found my coach.
Listen, she fall off and she come back to me and she like, hey, my son got to graduate in Hawaii. I done spent all my money and I got 2 weeks. Yeah, she said I got 2 weeks, and it's Hawaii, so it's expensive.
Yeah.
She was like, and of course she got 3 kids with her. Her oldest son who finna graduate in Hawaii with his dad.
Wow.
So she like, I gotta take everybody, like, and I'm like, all right.
What was her business?
She does SEO for websites.
SEO.
She build websites, but she had taught all us how to be SEO'd on TikTok. So she crying. I get in my man from Mississippi mode. I tell her, shut up. Stop crying. Cause you spent that money, yo. You knew you wasn't supposed to spend it. Come on, bro. You out eating 2 pounds of crab legs for no reason. You know how we do when you had no money. You know, you buying clothes you don't wear. You know, you buying jackets in the summer. Yeah. It was not.
The kids ready.
Lying to yourself, somebody it's on sale. But man, you ain't gotta spend all that money.
You don't have to.
So
that's a lesson I had to learn myself.
I told her what to do. And she made $12,000 in 9 days. Flew to Hawaii, posted a video on TikTok. She's at the graduation. They on a football field. She taking the Hawaiian necklaces off her neck, putting them on the son neck. He crying, she crying, and on the bottom of the video, it said, "Thank you, Coach Matt."
Oh, that was so sweet.
It was sweet. Yeah, but the better
they
part
they
was
started
I
looking
made
you up,
so
huh?
much money that week.
They
So they
start
start
rolling
looking you
in.
up.
And you started at a very good time. Like the
Yeah.
timing was right for
timing
you to
Yeah,
was
the
start
so right.
timing was
something.
perfect. Everything is so based on time, though.
It
Yep.
really
The
is.
time.
And just you know, like he said, you know, sometimes we don't be listening. You know, God be like, you need to do this. But we be like, how are you supposed to do this? So I commend you for actually doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's one thing to hear something and know you're supposed to do it, but it's another thing to actually be like, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it quickly, swiftly. I'm not going to drag my feet. And that's something that I got to learn. Just
You know what? You with that? You got to tell yourself, I don't want God to have to force me to do it. Because
that's the
his
anytime
history
he
of forcing us
force
to
you,
do it,
that's
it's
a good way to
so
look at it.
uncomfortable.
so uncomfortable.
That's a good way to look at it.
Listen.
Yeah. So I tell him all the time, I'd rather meet you there. I don't want
for real.
Yeah.
no.
Because if you got to do it, it's going to.
Yeah, if he force you,
Especially if you done
might
already
end up
paid your
losing.
way. If you done already been through a bunch of stuff.
How much more do you want to go to
Yeah.
just to do what he told you?
Because he like, listen, we can do this again
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell y'all something. We think, and a lot of people say this going to mess some people up right here. We think, and we say all the time, what God got for us is for us. That is not true.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of you once you say what you
Go
gotta
ahead and
say.
explain that.
What God got for God is for God. That's you a participant. That's why he make it happen. That's why when you think you can disobey him, and he want to prove that he love you, he will drag you along.
Oh yes, he sure will.
He would, and listen, he'll make you pay the cost. The biggest scripture that shows this is Moses. God loved Moses. Moses obviously still made it in heaven because Jesus said he saw Moses when he was praying. But when Moses struck that rock, when God told him not to, he real life didn't let him go. He was like, all right, so your purpose was to work for me and go and take these people over there. But since you want to be hard-headed, I can't let them have you. I'm going to only have you. That's why they say still to this day, we don't know where he buried. God is so passionate about us, but he's so about his business that when you mess it up, he'll let you not be a part of it no more.
Yeah.
Now, he still got you.
All the way.
But all the stuff
all the
you
way.
think that's for you, he will let you know, hey, don't get it twisted. You is for me and I'm for you. But all this other stuff is for my glory. So listen, once you decide that you don't want to act right, come on over and sit down real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, you sit out. And then the thing is, when he tell you to do something, like, I don't think we understand that, like, he created everything.
Yep.
So we are creators. We were put here to be creators and to create things. And when he put that idea in your head, if you don't do it, then guess what? He gonna get somebody else that idea.
Yeah.
And then he'll put you in position to watch them
them.
do it.
And
then you be like, that was my idea.
Yeah.
I have had that happen to me several
Yes,
times.
because you don't move
I
on
did
it when
not
he tell you
move.
and give you the vision for it.
Exactly.
And he be right there like, I
You
tried to
gotta
tell
tell
you.
He be like, I tried
Because
to
we
tell
be
you.
worried about everything else besides what he told us to do.
And then you instantly see why you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like if it's you care about what other people think, he instantly bring that back to you. Like, you know why you didn't do it.
No, let me tell you what's further.
Ooh,
You be
man.
trying to say, I don't got this to do that. I don't got the money to do that. I don't have this to do that.
Tony,
But
that tear me up today.
you not even knowing that he didn't tell you to worry about that. He told you to do what he told you to do. And
Yep.
you need to do it. Let him figure that part out.
And the whole
And that's
time,
how I always have to be.
it really be the way it worked.
Yeah.
You just don't know it.
Yeah.
You just don't know it,
Yeah.
especially with the money part.
Yeah.
Like we go through that when we growing, and then you come to find out. Like I'm in this space now where I'm getting to know people who got the funding.
Yeah.
I'm learning that all these people who bigger than us, they usually got one thing in common: they got more funding.
That's it.
That's it.
It don't be more
It
talent.
don't be nothing.
It don't be
else.
more hype.
It be just
It be more
from-
fun.
It's more fun than
I know
funding.
coaches that it's gonna mess people up too, but we gonna go ahead and tell her the
let's go
truth.
there. Yeah.
There's some coaches, and when you get in these circles, especially when you chosen by God, because everybody got access to God, but sometimes, and he done said this, sometimes you chosen and they not, because he said it now. Faith ain't fair.
Listen. Ooh.
So you'll get in the rooms and you be him. And like I go in a room and people know that they like, yeah, that's the
They
dude.
can feel it when you walk in the door.
They know.
That I know.
Sometimes that be the thing that call the problem. Sometimes that be why you can't stay in the room.
You can't stay in the room because you so different and peculiar.
Yep.
They can't figure it out. And they don't know how you got there and why you got there.
Yeah.
Not understanding that it ain't even in your own will.
And the sad thing be, if I'm the person he chose to put the light on, I'm really here to help y'all.
That's it. You don't even know what I'm about to bring to you.
Right. I'm here to serve you.
Because that ain't even, I'm not here to be bigger than you. I'm here to bring
I'm here because I'm
assistance to
bringing
you.
it.
I'm here to help.
Yeah.
But what I'm bringing
You
ain't
have
for
no
me.
idea.
Yep.
Which is, once again, what God got for me ain't for me.
Here for a reason.
Yep. But you know what? Some people can't humble themselves to receive the help that people try to give them. You get what I'm saying? God send us assistance all the time. And
All
I'm
the
speaking to
time.
myself, actually.
Oh my God. Look.
I'm speaking to myself.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because he be like, I promise y'all, God is so good and so faithful.
Come
And
on.
I'm going to say,
Yes.
every time I think of something or I can write something down like, I want this, he will present an opportunity.
Yeah.
But it's up to me to
Always.
walk through the door.
Always.
Yep.
Always.
That's why
He
you got to
always looking
practice
out for us.
obedience.
You have to practice obedience.
Yep.
Man, get me
Look
together
at it, look
today.
at
I'm
it.
telling you, you got to practice
Baby, 'cause
obedience.
I-
Because
We
once you
all
get in that
know.
room, you find it out. Like I found out that it's coaches who went and got the funding and then bought the program to become a rich coach. And that's how they sell it to you. So when they sell it to you based off results.
They're not selling off of experience and off of what they heart and whatever, to go up in it. They selling off of because they know it's sellable.
Sometimes they don't even know how to do it.
I know.
They were like, listen, the system,
It's all a hustle. It's an ebook.
oh,
It's
they paid
that's all that.
the other people to do it. That's why when you sign up, you don't never see them.
You don't never see them.
You be like,
other people, they come sending other coaches to come and coach you and
Hold
everything.
on.
You be like, I thought I was buying this from you.
help me understand this.
I've
So
seen
what
it.
you're saying is like most of these like high level coaches, they are really just the face of the brand.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
have bought a program and then they have recreated the program, or they, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Somebody
they have other people that they pay
to
to
teach it all.
you
Or
or
it
to
don't even be
coach you
teaching. It
or
be
whatever
automated.
that you got the contact to get coaching on with your business. They just be the face of it. So you never really talk to them. You might get an email or something from them or
if it's a course, sometimes they got what's called ghost coaching. Don't nobody know about it. So what it is, they
glad
will
you
pay
telling me.
somebody like me to build a program, and they'll pay me extra to be NDA'd and not tell nobody that I built it. Yep.
I
know about that,
mind blown.
too.
Ghost coaching, they doing that?
Well, that's why
Yep.
they say, Diamond, when they be like, that coaching stuff is a scam, that's what they be talking about.
You got to find the people who
You got-
really
yeah.
do it for a job. When everybody asks me, how do I not get scammed? Who does it for a job? Because if they only do the marketing, it's just marketing.
It's just
And they
marketing.
might be a super good marketer.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't
But
gonna
what
hold
you
you,
got to
yeah.
do is you got to find the people. Like, why people trust me, they say, number one, we know you real. Number two, we see you doing it. Number three, we see the people around you. But the
Yeah.
number one thing is I do it for a job. So they like, you can't really scam me because it's your job.
This is
Right.
your job.
I like there's no difference
like
in
you
between.
do this day in and day out, and then you
Yeah.
That's the
constantly
difference.
you showing your face. Plus, you had a community that you interact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're actually in a community, so that makes people trust you.
Yeah, like for us, it don't matter who sign up. I gotta do the job either way
Yeah.
it go. So I can't just look at you and be like, oh, I ain't finna help you.
Yeah.
Cause
Exactly.
that's
I
the
got
job.
to.
It don't matter who signed up.
I
Once you
have
sign
to.
up, I gotta
Absolutely.
help
Oh my
you.
goodness.
Yeah.
And people be like, how I know I'm gonna make money? Well, all of us already making money.
Yeah.
Like you don't make it if you don't want to make it. Like
Yeah.
If you don't, yeah.
yeah, I be like, you don't make the money if you don't want to make the money. Or you don't. Or once again, if you don't follow the instructions.
So I know that in your coaching too, you say you teach people how to make money from marketing, right?
Well, it don't
Or
always got to be
coaching,
marketing.
Or you just teach it from off their brand.
It depends on your business and your brand. So
Okay.
I'm a true authentic coach, meaning you can bring me anything. I tell people the only 3 businesses I ain't gonna deal with is if you work for the government, because you ain't
I
finna
knew
put me
it.
in that.
With
sell-
politics.
Yeah, if you sell drugs, I can't help you. You know, and y'all would be surprised. You would be surprised who DM you.
No. Not trying to teach
Listen.
somebody how to sell a pound.
Listen, you got some people. I was like, and you know, if you're selling your body, I can't, you know,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
now I
yeah.
have had
You
a
are
client
not.
tell me later
I believe it.
how I paid you is I got an OnlyFans, but I said, listen, I didn't know that before
Yeah.
you paid this invoice,
Yeah.
and that wasn't what she was building. So I was like,
Yeah.
hey,
You
pimp.
know
You're like, I don't feel no conviction with that one now.
Yeah. Now, if you like, I want to build that,
cannot.
I'm like, you know,
I'm done.
you know, I got a contract with Jesus. That ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying?
I can't really, you know.
I can't get in between that.
I can't really watch your content like talking about, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey man, tell me how this video is.
I'm so done.
You know, I can't do that for work,
Yeah.
middle of the
No,
day.
for real.
So
That's fun.
it don't matter. Any business, every business can make more money.
Yeah.
Now if you can't, I tell you that, and that's what people like too.
Yeah.
So if I look at your business and I say this maxed out, sometimes you can't scale it. Sometimes you can make more money, or sometimes you can scale it. Sometimes you can make more money from within it. Most of the time, and this is how my people actually title me this, how I became a CEO coach. Most of the time, the problem is the CEO.
Right.
It's either the CEO or it's the systems. Because the systems...
The systems probably be a main part.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you losing money in the system. Because like you have average order value. So that's like y'all in salons, right? So if you every hairstylist got to understand you got upsells. So if you got a person coming in and you only do their hair and they just walk out, you already know you didn't get all your money.
No, you
Yeah.
Because the person was already there. So number one, you can't complain about people having dirty hair. That's your money. So the wash is an extra service.
Yeah.
The care products
Yeah.
is an upsell after they get through doing that. So sometimes it be people, they don't be on thought of that, or they don't have the system to do it, or sometimes they be the owner of the business and they too much in the business. So sometimes it's just coaching people out of,
That's where I'm at.
take your hands
Absolutely.
off
Need to take my
everything.
hand out of it completely.
Yeah.
Especially you got all these people around you that want to do it. Like, it's so many people want to do what we do once
Yeah.
we get on social media, especially in the era now, because the traditional job is leaving.
Yeah.
And then these companies, we got to understand, like, companies are in a crazy place right now.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have thought no Joann's would have been closing.
Listen.
No,
You know,
that's real.
Party
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody.
leaving.
Companies that we just didn't know, like,
Bath and Beyond.
how
Yeah.
did...
So many.
And their
So
problem is almost the same thing as a small business. The business too big. Like,
too big.
like I did a YouTube on why Party City was closing. Because people was like, it don't make sense. I said it do when you think about it. If you build a business based off of pre-pandemic, you probably celebrated full out
Yeah.
10 birthdays a year, or maybe 6. Pandemic happened, we don't do that for everybody no more. You may do 3. I got 3 kids, I did 3 kids.
Yeah.
So now you got to think, if you spent $50 per birthday and you was doing that for 10, that's $500 per customer. You cut that in half to 5, and that's 2 million people. You cutting off millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And the problem is how much you pay for the size of the building.
Yeah.
So if the lease for some of these buildings that you in, you wasn't even profitable out of, but you got some stores in some cities that's booming, you know, you covering.
Yeah.
But how you go out of business is you scale these businesses
Growing so
off of
fast.
loans, lending, because you need the money first.
Yeah.
And then, because you don't spend your own money in your
No.
business. You spend their money and you able to pay them back. That's just how it go in
That's how it
America.
go.
But once you get to where you can't pay these lenders back no more, you go out of business.
Yeah.
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 Because now you got to save what you got.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah. You gotta hold on to your what you
yeah,
did
what you
make.
do have.
Yeah, because you got to pay everybody out. You got to pay off the leases because you finna close them. You get what I'm saying? So they don't have to go down to zero. So with all of these companies going through this, what we do is high commodities to people. You get what I'm saying? So people are trying to figure out how we do it. So if you're an entrepreneur, a growing entrepreneur, small corporation or small businesspreneur, you gotta go teach. Right now, the money is in how you teach, how you facilitate, how you influence. And that's the biggest money they giving us when we think about like ad share right now. Like it's making the money. You gotta think, making a video is making people millionaires. Now with Mr. Beast, Casanat, billionaires.
Oh, Casanat is in his bag.
He gonna be right behind Mr. Beast. Kai gonna be Kai's gonna be a billionaire by the time 2030 comes.
That is
minimum.
Crazy.
Because
streaming,
online,
because it's
who would have known that though? That
nobody.
Is crazy.
And people be like, "What he talk about?" I'm like,
yeah.
"Whatever."
He
whatever.
He show his what he doing all day.
He
chat.
Yeah.
Like,
what is he talking about?
Like about this? I'll be watching.
He used that influence and other people influence because he have those guests come in into his house and then boom.
But he had to get to that point first.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was like they seen how his streaming go. Of course they want to
go on there.
Yeah.
And you got so many people not diving into it. Like you got DDG. DDG is one of the biggest rappers, and I can't tell you one DDG song.
Yeah, and I didn't know he was one of the biggest rappers.
But I did
you
not
just told me that today.
He was the biggest rapper. I thought he was on the YouTube.
It's because he raps, but see that's it. He's all his money come from streaming. Yeah. But he a rapper.
Oh, I didn't know what he did.
Yeah.
They said that he was big on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah. He even big on Snapchat.
Really?
Yeah.
What's going on Snap? That's gonna be.
Nah, Snapchat money crazy.
Wait.
Snapchat money crazy.
Hold on, wait.
Listen.
I feel like I'm too old for Snapchat.
Me too, and I'm like,
man, I'm gonna tell y'all how you can see it. Everywhere you go, if it's ads there, somebody getting paid.
Ads.
Oh, okay.
Because all that money come from ad share.
Yeah.
Because this is platforms money is not because you own the platform. Because nobody paid a membership to be there. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Except for YouTube, you got like YouTube Premium. And they got like memberships. Now X got a membership and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the money come from people.
Yeah.
Wherever you find people, you can find money. If you can find people, you can find money. So if you got the people, you can get paid. So that's just like YouTube. You get paid. We feel like you get paid for your views. But that's only one aspect of it.
That's only one part, yeah.
It's how many ads did we run while they was watching your video? That's what we paying you out of. So Snapchat, when you go on Snap, you gotta remember, I forgot which spot you go to, but when you go to look at people's stuff,
I had no idea.
The people are the circles. Everything that's below that, all the little stuff they be showing us magazines, them ads. And you gotta think, they a company that got minimum overhead in the sense of like, YouTube, way bigger production. TikTok, way bigger production. Meta, biggest production out of all of them. Snapchat, like, it's kind of simple over here. So they got more money to pay you out for you keeping people's attention.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because you technically brought them here for the ad.
Yeah.
So why not pay you?
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Like this online money is just crazy.
Oh,
And it's
no,
like
I'm
there
about
is
to get
absolutely
in it, though. I'm based so deep in it.
That's
to be
it.
crazy.
I'm telling you. And it's like it's really no reason why we all shouldn't be making money online.
Yeah.
You know, and I think where I get caught up at, first of all, it's the consistency for sure. And also just showing up, you know, like not being afraid to show your face on camera and just get on there and just talk about what you have to offer and always, you know, have something to offer.
Yeah, I tell everybody to run it like a TV show commercial because technically the platforms are the new networks and we the new TV shows.
Yeah, I can see that.
So people want to see the same thing. Like, so it's like a continuous story. If you can give them a continuous story over and over and over again, they go keep coming back. Because think about this. Why did we stop watching every TV show before it gets canceled and stuff? So like Empire. Everybody watched season 1, 2, 3 of Empire.
Yes. But
now, I love the show, so I finished 4 and 5.
Yeah.
But why didn't nobody else finish it? They messed up the story. Keep adding in new characters, keep changing the storyline. You start watching.
You got confused. You didn't know what was going on after that.
Right, you like, I ain't really into these new people, you know.
Because they like who they like on there.
Right.
You know a little bit about their background and story. They was following them from the get-go. So, yeah.
So it's all based on you telling a continuous story over and over and over and over and over
and over.
Just keep telling the same story. Like, and then one thing that I have noticed is that people love when they can connect with you. Like, they want to know something about you and your background. Just how you sat up here and told this whole story. Like, I didn't know that. And I'm just like, that makes me want to, like, now I'm more invested. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because what we don't remember is that you're living 365, 24/7. People only seen 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
Of your life.
This post, that post. So you got to think, most people don't even have 365 posts on no platform.
Yeah,
So
that's
think
real.
about how much stuff people didn't see.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is make sure you have it either recorded in some type of way, you can represent it in some type of way, and then the rest of it is all time management. Consistency is
Consistency
nothing
is
more
key.
but time management, and then delegation. So you got to know, number one, your fire, you may only be the hottest on the block at this so long. So that's like when you going viral or something,
Yeah.
and they got different viral algorithms.
Yeah.
You got to know I'm only hot so long, so I got to
let me-
You got this
maximize.
much time to get,
Let me
do what you
maximize
got
it
to
because
do.
then
Yeah.
you may have to pivot into.
I'm gonna burn out.
Yeah.
And before you burn out, you gotta find a way to make enough money and not spend the money so that you can delegate one piece of this at least.
Yeah.
So it gotta be, you might get an editor, you may get somebody to record, but the money gotta be able to keep you going.
to keep you
Right.
going.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then eventually you do get to where the money overlaps. So you
Yeah.
start where you get profitable and you start making like way more than enough. But
Yeah.
it really be just you keep going. And that's like I tell people in TV show commercial. Because TV show, you want to get it monetized. But the commercial is where you sell it. So like in my stories, I go in my stories and I know the people who click on my stories, they click on it because I be in there talking crazy. So that's why you clicked. That's why you got
yeah,
that.
But
already
then
know
when
it.
you
They
got
already
here,
know.
you got something else.
So if you notice, every fourth or fifth story on most days, I'm advertising you something.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's the same video. First video, I'm complaining about something. Second video, I'm making fun of what I complained about. Third video, I'm just keeping going on. The fourth video, I'm telling you, hey, I know how I'm gonna fix this problem though. So y'all know what? We finna do a class on this problem. And if you got that same problem, y'all know what to do. 10 sales.
Do you do pop-up classes? Like,
Oh yeah.
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 That's
Cause I'm
okay,
gonna say something else, and
I
people
like
need to
that.
hear that. Y'all at home, make sure you.
This is a good episode.
This is talking crazy coming in right here.
Go ahead.
Come
Go ahead.
on.
I don't be understanding when people broke and don't want to work, especially even when you popping. Stop
for
lying.
real.
Yeah.
Stop lying, y'all. You know
Yeah.
you ain't got that money, and you know you spent it.
Yeah.
So people be like, when they ask me stuff, I'm open for opportunity. I know what I won't do, but I'm like, whatever. Where you want me to teach at, where you want me, they be
Yeah.
like, why? Because I ain't rich.
Yeah.
And they be like, you borderline rich. I got kids.
Listen.
I got a wife.
That
Like,
gonna eat you out
you
of
didn't-
house or home.
You didn't start making money in the light bill, man. Then say you
Yeah.
still don't want his money.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, folk want more money the more money you
The
make.
more, I was just about to say
'Cause you
that.
have more
The more you
expenses.
got more expenses.
Yeah.
You got,
And
you
people be
spend more.
watching your money. Employees won't get paid. You got
They
people
do.
to pay. So
Yeah.
I be telling people, I run a company. So if you like, we want you to show up to a playground
I know that's right. I'm
and
coming.
teach kids how to do social media on the playground.
Mm-hmm.
And then people be like, you probably too good for that. What playground you want me at?
Listen. And
What-
then
what
that's
playground?
creative too.
Yeah. I pull up. I don't do everything.
Yeah.
But
you have
I
to have your
tell people,
limits.
I connect, man. I get out here and work because, like I say, I know a lot of them cats. They got it out funded and they paid themselves and stuff like that. And even as I get into funding, and then this too, and people don't understand this. You stay hot by working. Every industry and every person I look up to, Dwayne The Rock Johnson have told me that. Everybody, you got to stay working.
Yeah.
Because if you don't stay working, number one, in ever since 2020, the climate changed, algorithms changed, this
Everything.
changed,
Yeah.
your industry changed. You gotta stay working just to stay in shape. Don't burn yourself out.
Right.
But you gotta get out there and work. Folk
Yeah.
get a little
Feel
success.
comfortable.
They don't want to work no more.
And then you're too far removed too, and
Too far
cats
removed.
start getting a little comfortable. I did that one time, and it tore me
Man,
up.
it's literally kind of like fitness. It's like you get in shape and you like, okay, I took all the pictures I want to took. I went on vacation, you know what I'm saying? No belly, all of
Right.
that. Then you chilling.
Get home.
The longer you just be chilling, the more it go hurt when you got to get back in shape.
Sure
That's
is.
real.
And it's like, man, I already did that work. I could have just at least cruised it and I wouldn't have had
Yeah.
so much more ground to pick up. Then you network. So like I like finding the organic people. Cause it's a lot of people out here who just not who they say they
Oh
is.
my gosh.
They not like
I
us.
know
Yeah.
it.
You know,
I know.
so you gotta stay working even for the people who like I know, especially like being from Mississippi, I know it's people watching me. I know there's more Matts, there's more diamonds who like
Yeah.
they in the situations I was in
Yeah.
where your hope is even dim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need somebody who came from there who's still doing it and who's still telling
and they
you.
believe it and they
Yes.
see that you do what they can do. They just have some type of hope. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because that's what everybody really want. You know, then they follow people and then they find out how fraud they are. And then it really
Yes.
be discouraging.
It's discouraging because it's like,
Yeah,
dang,
because you
this-
like, dang, I really believed in that person.
Or how
but
mean
it's a
they be.
hope
Or how-
or mean
Ooh.
and how just so, because it's a lot of mean girls.
It is.
Yeah.
And then it's a lot. And I be like, you know, once I had discovered a lot in my journey too, I was just like that. They don't impress me at all.
Yeah.
Nobody
Not at all.
that people they don't.
Yeah.
Unless I know you as a person, meet you. That's what I'm basing
Yeah.
off.
Especially in
based
y'all
on what-
industry.
Yes,
Y'all
it's
industry
bad.
crazy.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's
It's
crazy
bad.
for sure.
For sure. You know one thing I do want you to do though, before you get up out here, because this has been crazy.
This
Like
has been
this
so
interview
good.
has been crazy, but I want you to give us
An audit, maybe.
well, more like a strategy. What would you give for Salon Talk Literally? How would you strategize this? Like if you was presented to me, how would you strategize this? Like to
Market it, maybe.
market it, and also scale it.
Okay, so number one, y'all gotta become searchable. So you gotta dig down deep into your captions, from captions on YouTube. Captions don't really work as well on Instagram. It's more based on your
figured that.
profile. So you just got to keep posting. As long as your profile set, that's where the SEO go be at. Definitely doing behind the scenes as often as you can in your stories, even if it didn't happen today. Put it there again because different people watch your stories different times, and they only seen it once. We all on watch reruns, so make sure you going back in your stories. Leverage TikTok by doing the same content from Instagram on TikTok, but also every now and then doing something trendy, doing something funny. But there the captions matter so much. So there's a trick that I teach people. Wherever you want to be found searchable at, this is how I did my Walmart fashion brand deal.
Okay.
You go to the search in TikTok and you search whatever you want to be found under. This one you gotta ignore views, likes, all of that. All that stuff just comes.
Okay.
You gotta be where am I searchable at? So for instance, if you type in men plaid outfits in a color, almost any color, I'm the first thing come up. If you type in Walmart men fashion outfits for almost anything in their store, I'm the first thing come up. People don't know that's intentional. I searched it.
You wanna be
I
on the
searched
first
it
page.
and then I posted a video. I make sure that the caption has that statement or that search in it.
I was just about to say, how
Yep.
did you tag it? Like, how is it that when they search it, they can always pull you up? Like, what keywords?
It's in
are
the
you
caption.
using?
It say the exact same thing. If I want to be found for salon talk on this or this type of hairstyle, this type of this, I'm typing that exact thing in the caption. I'm making sure the video is about it. And then I'm posting it. I let it sit there for a few minutes. Then I go back in the search and see how high I am. So if I'm the first thing come up, it worked. Now here's where dominance come in place at. I ain't posting one video because everybody posts one video. I knew to be the best at what I do, I knew, and this is why I always chose TikTok. When I think about everywhere else, like IG for instance, I'm like, these boys got Lamborghinis, Ferraris,
Yeah.
you know, penthouses. And I'm
Yeah.
like, even when I'm making the money, I ain't finna spend it like that. I'm from Mississippi.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
real. You
I got a
hanging
Ford
on.
Explorer. Now it's nice, but I ain't got a G-Wagon.
Right,
The
right.
doors don't
True.
close on the G-Wagon anyway.
Yeah,
So
you-
I'm like,
yeah.
I ain't finna do it. So what I gotta do is I gotta outwork you. I gotta be easier to find. And which TikTok helps me leverage. I gotta be easier to find. And when you find me, you go find 4 of them videos. Because what I want you to do, I want you to get addicted. So
Yeah,
you
then
want
you gonna
people to
follow.
get addicted to y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
And you gotta get enough people to create the engagement. Like y'all got people watching y'all now. The problem is algorithms make you respect people. Watch time. So you gotta keep an eye on your watch time. And you gotta keep an eye on if people start talking in the comments.
Yeah.
And people talk based on relatability. So you want to start doing topics where you talking about stuff that's related, but giving y'all opinions on it, current events, stuff that's going on. Even when it come to people who do certain hairstyles and different stuff like that. Now, this next portion, this the money.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? This the money. And it's good y'all hear this first before y'all put this out.
Okay.
Because other people gonna want to do this, but it's kind of hard to do.
Okay.
The fact that y'all have a podcast about hairstyling, where you make your podcast money at is the ad. It's the ads. Y'all have the easiest ability to do ads because y'all know what y'all can do.
What?
Y'all can run ads for people who sell hair, companies that sell hair, different type of hair products. Them are y'all ads right there.
And we've
Because
definitely
y'all already
discussed
got
this.
the audience
We've
of
definitely.
them people. It's Salon Talk Literally. So they already here. And then I'm going to tell y'all this because people don't know this too. Do not do a starter price because that does not exist.
Yeah. I wanted to ask about the pricing too. I guess we could
Don't do
discuss that
don't do no starter price.
Yeah,
It don't matter. It don't matter
But
if
yeah.
they first. You go pay somebody.
You
And then as we grow, I always tell people it's hard to start low and go high.
Yep.
I feel like you just go ahead
Go
and charge
high.
what you're gonna charge, and then let that be that because it's hard to raise your
Because even
prices.
if I start high, if I get one, if I went high, I got more out of my out of what I was doing than if I would have been like, oh, it's just $50. No, it's $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Because if I only get one, at least I made $5,000. I get 10, I only got 500, and now
Yeah.
I got to spread out these 10. So you want to be picky with who you give a discount to,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
or you want to leverage your discount. So you want to be like, if I'm gonna give you a discount, I got to get something back in return, and people like that. So I tell people all the time, even like I'm telling y'all this now. I said my friends and my clients get the real information.
Yeah.
Even though people say you got the most fire information. But what you don't know is when them cameras go off, when them doors close, I may have gave somebody $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
I may have gave it to them right there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who to go to, what to do,
What to
boom,
do.
boom, boom. That's when I show it to you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I tell people the difference in between my marketing and my coaching. My marketing, I'm talking in general. So I may be talking to you, I may not.
Right.
Right.
You gonna feel like I'm talking to you because of the way I said it.
But if I'm marketing directly.
Yeah.
But when I'm coaching you, it ain't about me at all. It's all about you.
Right.
So I 100% talk to people about their businesses. Like people got this joke about, you think you want a one-on-one with Matt until he give you one. But you ain't never had a person go 45 minutes talking to you about your business. So you be like, oh my gosh.
Invested. And then, like this is
a lot to retain.
And what I will say is from
But
just
that's
like
real
seeing you
coaching,
coach.
though.
Yeah, like you are very detail oriented. Like
Yeah.
you
Gotta be.
don't hold
You're supposed
back.
to be.
So yeah, before we end this, I do want you to talk a little bit about BPU and let them know like how they can find you, how they can join the the coaching program, the mentorship.
Yeah, I'll make it hard for them. Y'all come make more money.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the marketing.
He gonna
Come-
wait
yeah.
Let's get straight to it.
Yeah, because people be wanting to be like, let's make it all fancy for
Yeah.
you. Nah, what you got shaking? Let's make it move.
Yeah.
I be telling them, they be like, I love this because I thought it was going to be this, and this. No,
Yeah.
tell me.
Easy. It's super easy to
It's
find you.
super easy. I tell them,
Yes.
and the easiest way for people to know, the only detail they need to know is it's different levels of access. So what you buy. And I tell people, if you want to buy my course, you're finna get a lot of the same value. And your value is you can go rewatch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People be wanting all the other stuff.
Yeah.
No, the point is you got information that now you can go rewatch. You can break it down, you can study it, all of that. Now, if you want to be coached by me, then you join my community and we give you the courses too.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And yeah, it's group coaching. You get an intro one-on-one because I know all of my clients, hundreds of them. I know every single one of them.
Yeah.
Because I can't effectively coach you if I don't know who you are and what you do.
And what you do.
I don't care what they say about the coaching business models. I'm not moving because a lot of coaches don't understand this. It's my responsibility to know you. So I can't say, oh, I'm getting too big. I can't talk to people no more. No, the money you paid me, I need to pay other people then to at least find out who you are.
Yeah.
And they tell me who you are.
Who you are.
You get what I'm saying? Or I'm training them people to give you the same level of effectiveness that I would. Because talent can't just only exist in your body. You get what I'm saying? You have to be able to package it one way or another. So that's the group coaching. The most expensive, and this ain't even expensive to some people, is to get me to work with you one-on-one.
Yeah, the higher
And
ticket.
I don't do no one-on-one that's not for an extensive period of time. And the reason why is because the integrity of my business.
Yeah.
I'm even at the cost rate that I am. Like, people always be like, bro, you match the $20,000 and $30,000 coaches. Why you don't charge that? Because after you pay me $30,000, you know what pisses me off? If you ain't got no more money to go do what I tell you to do.
Right, for real.
Like,
it's like what was
that? I got paid.
You got paid, but,
but then I want to see you grow. So I'm like, all right, you need to do this. Okay, I want you to do that by yourself. You need to hire a VA. Oh,
And
well,
then
I ain't got
they
no more money.
Yeah, they start acting
What
like
you
you
did with
didn't
the
give them what they paid for too,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm like, no.
They gave it all to you.
They gave it all to me. Now I'm like, hold on, let me give you some of that back. Go pay the VA, go pay the media man.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it all yourself.
No.
And most CEOs I meet, that be the problem.
That be the problem.
It be a system, a mindset, or it be you ain't spread this out yet. And once again, I work with a extensive period of time because you need time. All CEOs, the biggest problem we got, we doing it by ourselves.
Yeah.
Are we doing it in too small of groups?
Yeah.
So I tell people we gotta work together. You get what I'm saying?
Say
Y'all
that again.
and then that's just like if some other people want to do some podcasts. Like, listen, you my same guy. You get what I'm saying? You my same guy. Why? He might as well get to work because I tell people, I talk about this like with churches. I don't want no poor pastor.
Yeah.
I ain't coming to church, Pastor Poe. You don't know why? Because I don't want my pastor flipping chicken at Popeyes.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I want him being comfortable enough to be as effective as a pastor as possible. You got to look at everybody in your circle like that.
Yeah.
I can't be the only one got it.
That's real.
Because now we got a table, but it's a broke table. Now I gotta fund everything.
Yeah.
But if all of us, I tell people, even when it come to me, you don't pay me so I can get rich. That's what you do with everybody else. You come pay me to get rich. Because my goal is not to be the $1 million coach. My goal is to be Matt who made 40 millionaires.
Yeah.
But you will be one.
Yeah. I'm one now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
And then but this is what people don't be wanting to say. I don't plan on majority of my money coming off what I did for you.
Yeah.
Because likely I had
For real.
I had to do
a variety of people.
It's too much money out here. Folk be wanting to be stars. That's what the problem is. They
want to get everything from one bucket.
You want to be rappers.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
They
Me
want
too.
to feel
But
like they be on that level.
yeah, I'm like, listen, I
I'm
be
done.
looking at storage facilities, car washes. I be telling folks, nigga, you know how much a gas station make?
Yes,
I'm
I
trying
need
to
a
get.
complex.
Yes. Y'all just want to be famous.
That's what
No,
I'm on.
I'm still
You know what
on the
I'm saying?
complex. I'm trying to get this apartment
Listen.
complex, any complex,
Yeah.
duplex, fourplex.
Fuck me talking about what you watching. A video on how to manufacture tires. I'm trying to be.
Say that again.
Y'all
I'm
trying
talking about
y'all
investment.
trying to be
I don't
famous
care nothing
rich.
about none of
Yeah.
that. Mm-mm.
Where when your hype,
need
I
some
don't want
long-term money.
nothing that if the folk don't like me no more,
Right.
I go
They
broke.
gonna take
Yeah.
you broke.
They're going to take
Because
it.
I don't want to be rich based on what people like me or not. No.
Because I don't
that's
like half
real.
of them. I be like,
know.
listen, so you can't trust me not to say something. I'm the last person you invite to the, hey, don't say this. Because,
No, for real.
yeah, I be calling out scammers and everything.
Yes,
I be asking folk where their money came from. Yeah, you can't put me in a room and let somebody walk in and say, oh, I'm a 6-figure coach. For
Because I
what?
want to know.
Yeah, for what?
I'm going to challenge you.
What you did before this?
Yeah, for real.
Because did you tell people you was a 6-figure coach and that's how you became a 6-figure coach? Because you can't be here.
It's so crazy
No,
how,
it's for
how
real.
powerful marketing is. Because that's what
Yeah.
be happening. I ain't going to hold you.
Yeah,
They be getting
you
me
told me
acting
you
like-
made money, then you start making money. Now, I mean, I
Yeah.
get your hustle, but I can't be seen with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then you start peeling them layers like, nah. I
Yeah.
really do
You
this.
Then
scamming.
your
For
old
real.
clients start coming to me telling me that you didn't get them their
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
and carrying on.
Yep.
I'm like, listen, yeah, boss. So I tell people
And then it make people don't want to trust coaches no more.
Yeah.
and that's the hard part.
That's the hard. That
Yeah.
hard make it harder for people that
For
really
people
do
that's
be
really
teaching
doing
and
it.
coaching.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
come on
that's
now,
why
we
I'm the
gotta work
50 Cent
extra
of
hard.
coaching.
Yeah.
Do not let me find out you scamming.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to Kendrick Lamar you. And I
Yes,
call
for
you and
real.
tell you.
Yeah.
I call you and tell you. You
Yeah.
mess around. I've had a person mess around and tell me they didn't know how to do something. They were like, you know, I sell a content package, but I don't really know how to do it. I need you to
See,
help
yeah.
me.
They told you that?
Yeah, and listen, I told them why. I asked them why you tell me that.
Right.
Cause you know I finna go live,
You know I'm finna
and you
tell
finna
it.
be the
Cause
topic,
this is a good story.
and I'm gonna sell my
I'ma
content
sell
course
mine
based on.
because you
Listen,
didn't tell me the truth about your stuff.
that's what I did with digital marketing. I found all them who were scammers,
Ooh.
and I talked about it for
Hey,
an
I was
entire
about to say,
year.
you want to talk about it?
Listen, for an
Because
entire year.
I have got a few courses, but I'm
Man.
telling you, like,
No, it be for real.
yes, I was like, I want to get.
Because I was saying the same thing about the hairstylist stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
Like they got a lot of this mess that be ebooks and try to say they
Don't
you
be
get on
nothing in it.
ebooks
And
and
it's
don't got
full
number
of-
10 pages.
Yeah.
And it ain't talking about nothing. It
Nothing.
ain't telling
It's a
you
pamphlet.
nothing.
It's a pamphlet,
And they
and then they done
basically
sold it to
sold
you for $50, and I'm like. Meanwhile, me and Tony taking 4 months to produce courses. Like
Yes.
I'm like, no, can we go
Yes.
back and make sure you have a view of this or a view of
Yes.
that? Because at the end of the day, my name is on there. I'm
Yes.
not gonna just put nothing out.
No.
Yeah,
Like it's
That's
gonna take
crazy
some time.
how people do that.
They
though.
do
yeah, and
Like,
they do it
want
because
that
people
quick-
buy it.
They want
quick-
that quick
a quick dollar.
turnaround dollar.
Yep. I tell people all the time, you want to filter it out. Like I say, find the people who doing it.
Yeah,
You got to be able to do it. Or even if you selling it from somebody that did it, you got to show me the person who did it. Who made this?
Who
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
made it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and
And
at
even
least
though
show
people
me
be
them.
stealing people content too.
Yeah, they do. That's a big industry right now. They're stealing
Oh, yeah.
content.
People steal
Yeah,
people
they
content
do.
and redo it as if it was
Yeah.
theirs.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
Sometimes you got to,
I was
well,
gonna say, I think it's okay to recrecreate something, but I'm
But
not
no,
gonna
people
take
be
that
word
off your
for word
page.
sometimes though.
Yeah.
it depends.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Mississippi. So it depends. So you got to.
You know what? You know he need a shirt saying I'm from Mississippi.
I do. I got one. Listen.
Because he didn't say that to
So
me.
I be telling people, you at risk. You know,
Every
so
time.
you gotta
Every time
choose
you
who
post
you.
something.
Every time.
If you gonna be a robber, you gotta learn how to rob. That's why I told some robbers you need a course on how to rob. Y'all need how to scam. They actually got the how to scam ones. But I'm like, because you gotta know who you robbing. You
Yeah.
can't just rob anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So you steal my
You
content.
gotta make sure it's some substance or
Yeah.
something, you know.
What I'm meaning is you gotta know what you gonna do when you see me. Cause
Well-
may not nobody see us.
Yes.
And you know,
Yeah.
I might have some frustration.
Yeah.
If Jesus lets me get away with it, I'm gonna go till he tell me
But
stop.
see, that's why I said, that's why I've been very slow building my stuff up with my school, because I know that my curriculum was built by me. And
Yeah.
anybody that wants to come after me, being that I'm the first and only one in Dallas with a hair weaving school, that means they're going to try to find out what material I have.
And
So
then-
they
Yeah.
can do it
Go
too.
on, license it and
So
sell it to
that's
them.
why
You can
it's
have
going.
it.
It is in the
Uh-huh.
process right now,
Yep.
and I'm slow. I keep it slow because
Yep.
you going too fast. Guess what?
You gonna
Yeah.
miss something when you
That's
going
sell
too
it
fast.
that you
Sell
can't
it
go
to
back
them.
and
Sell it
I
to
can
them and charge
sell it
them.
to you.
Yeah.
I sell it to you.
Yeah,
and then
that's
you can
real.
do whatever you want.
And
to
that's
do.
when you know it's time to sell to your industry. Is when
Yeah.
they start to copy you. When I see too many me's, I listen. It's coming out. When I see all coaches everywhere, coach this in the comment, coach that in the comment.
Yeah, you be like,
You already know what. And I
They
tell
coming
them.
over to
Yeah.
see what you got.
You know what? I tell them. I be live. I be looking at their name. I see all y'all coaches in here. Y'all know what time it is.
I
Listen.
gotta go watch his live.
The
man.
co- the-
you
the
ain't gonna
coaching
make me
package
go
is
watch his
coming.
live.
literally
Just
just
like-
like this.
I did it, and I did that with the digital marketers. When they
Yeah.
first came to me, long story short is when they first came to me, I told them no. Because
Yeah.
you had to have a business. Digital marketing is not that it's a scam. A lot of people sell
it's
it is
not.
a scam.
It's a
Right,
scam,
right,
yeah.
right.
So when they first came around, I was like, nah. Cause they had
Who
all
was the
these.
first one that approached you? I'm curious.
It was a bunch of them.
A bunch of them.
Cause I'm live one day and one of them say, I'm showing one of my worksheets. And they say, is this MRR? I said, this ain't ASAP. I don't know what you're talking about. What is MRR?
Right.
So then one of my people get in the live and they said MRR. They explained it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, so you mean to tell me You want me to build something. Give it to you.
So you can resell it.
For full profit?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, man, hell no. Y'all get out. I told everybody, get out. I'm live,
so
like they
done.
can leave. I'm like, man, everybody get out. I'm like, no. And so it took them months of trying to explain it to
Yeah.
me. The only way I said, and I'm joking about it. So the more I talk about it, the more I'm show up.
Yeah.
And so they just show up every day. Now I'm live. It's like 40 of them.
And
every
that's
live.
crazy because they see something in you. They see how you can help advance their.
Well, I was
building of
teaching
their
business.
courses.
Everybody else is marketing because
Yeah.
they told them all to go do the same marketing. Tell them they can leave their 9 to 5. Tell them they can make money and they'll buy it. And they was because they were all
ain't
buying.
gonna
It
hold
was
you.
like MLM. And a lot of people were buying it from each other. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, what part of this is going right? Which people are buying it? So I
Yeah.
said everybody making something.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's missing all the business behind it.
Yeah.
And it was missing the branding. So even the ones that was making a lot of money, I told all of them, I went on like a tour every week in the summer. I said, all y'all who making a lot of digital money, you gonna go broke. And I said, those of y'all who got imposter syndrome over the people who big in it, y'all gonna end up in the same place in December. And I said, all y'all, you ain't gotta buy nothing from me. Just keep watching every day and come back then.
Yeah.
And man, them folk, man, disappeared piece by piece by piece by piece. And I was the only one there. That's how I started making all that money. Because they was like, he got it. They were literally like, this dude's like a business prophet. He be telling us what gonna happen. But I'm like, it's understanding business. If you don't have no branding or reason for people to come back, which you would have learned if you would have got the business portion of it.
Yeah, if you would have actually done it, like
Right.
what you selling.
But you can't do, and I told them as many times they tried to say it wasn't. I said, it's like Mary Kay. If the only thing you said Mary Kay, then Mary Kay ain't hot no more, you ain't making no $10,000 a month on Mary Kay no more because Mary Kay not hot no more.
No, it's not.
You get what I'm saying? I said, you got to be the CD man in the city. You can't just come to me because I be having the R. Kellys. No, you got to come to me because I got all the hot CDs.
I'm done.
Yeah, you got to be the skincare girl. You got to be the hair girl. You got to be the braid girl.
Yeah.
You got to be what is attached to the industry, and then you make him brand it to a certain place.
Yeah.
Dallas braiding girl. You know the Arlington braiding. You then maybe can do that, but you gotta brand yourself next to what people already say they want.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you just out there only doing what's hot, your problem is when it ain't hot
when it
no
ain't
more.
hot no more.
When it ain't hot no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you not a aggressive guerrilla seller, it ain't gonna work for you anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's not your skill set.
Right.
So a lot of people didn't have the ability for the skill set needed. So I took all them people and I said, listen, first of all, some of y'all, you got businesses that are gonna be better than digital marketing. And I explained to them, stop calling yourself that.
Yeah.
Because they would bring their whole brand off. Oh, my
Digital
name
marketing.
Tasha. I sell digital products. I said, you want to know why I walked away? Your cousin, your mom, and them too? Because we don't know what that is. What is that? And then the result of you can quit your 9 to 5. That's too big of a result.
It's too big of a risk. Like,
Why
I mean,
would
you know,
they say that though? I wouldn't
let's
even really
ease it
promote
in.
that though.
I got a
No.
product. They teach you how to do email marketing so you can make money from email. Then you can do whatever you want to do with the money.
Yeah.
That's a way easier to sell.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh my God. This has been too good.
I agree.
The time though is just too short.
We
It's
can
all
bring
good.
it back
gotta
on
bring
part
it
two,
back for
'cause I
part
have more
two. I'm sure Diamond got so much more.
I
to
got
this.
so much more
She
to
got
say.
so much more to keep talking about. We can sit up and talk to him like all day for real, literally.
Yeah.
But we have other guests that we are looking forward to talk to. But we do enjoy you today.
Yeah,
like,
this was great,
for
man.
real.
We
Like,
appreciate
again, though,
you.
let them know your followings, our audience. We want to let them know.
Yeah,
how to
you
follow
can find me everywhere. CEO Coach Matt, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever your favorite place at. I'm most active on IG and Instagram. Definitely Instagram. Come to the Houston Business Conference. We have a conference in July. It's for all growing business owners, no matter what it is that you do. And how we do it, it ain't gonna be boring. We ain't asking you to come in here and we give you some crackers and apple
Yeah.
juice. We gonna be in there turned up. You get what I'm saying? Half of it is a party.
So when is it?
July
It
what?
is July 10th through the 13th.
Oh,
Okay.
that's my
in
birthday
Houston.
Okay, so
week.
it's a week. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
gonna
3
actually
to
come
4
out there
weeks.
for my birthday.
Yeah.
We gonna come out there, turn you
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
Yeah. We may have to
So-
have y'all come through and do like a live podcast session or something.
That
Yeah.
would be
Be
great.
good.
Tony
Yeah.
Real good.
Get the
Yeah.
people hip to you. You get what I'm saying? Get some
Yeah.
audience. on y'all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We're open to that for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
I go deep for my Mississippi people, you
Oh,
know.
that's right.
You know, all y'all other folks, y'all gotta talk to me, you know what I'm saying? You get in the DMs, and I answer my DMs.
No,
so,
he don't answer the
he
DMs.
does.
cause people be like, oh, I gotta do this before I talk. Girl, come send a message.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Matter of fact, send a voice note because I love a voice note.
Yeah.
I be telling them I ain't one of them coaches. I don't care how big y'all see me
Yeah.
or how big you think I get. I read them messages because you don't know who in them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody's somebody. You get what I'm saying?
Amen.
So, yeah.
That's it. Well,
That's
again,
it.
Matt.
We're wrapping it up. Thank you again for watching Salon Talk Literally. Again, we are your hosts, Key
And Diamond.
and we see you.